Hi guys, I'm making this short video just to give you some complement of information about think out of the box, which is such a complex topic to explain. And during the live with lots of comments coming in and me reading the comments, I understand that the fluidity of what I want to say or what I would like to share with you, it's not really sometimes clear. So that's why I decided to take some extra time to make this short video and explain a little bit better. Let's say that when we say think out of the box, it's true, it is to stimulate creativity, but it's not just the daily creativity we have to use when we are in a meeting trying to make some problem solving with our creative designer's mind, helping our engineers friends to solve a little problem, or when we have a new project about a car or about a heavy restyling of a car that is already existing, or even when we make a concept car, because the briefing of those concept car sometimes or most of the times they are very specific to be used to make a car, to make a show car that will be used to launch a message. It's a marketing operation to launch a clear message to the clients and to the market, how things will probably change in the next future. When we say think out of the box, it's exactly when we have to start a complete new project. And believe me, this happens in automotive industry. Sometimes those projects find the light, which means that they are produced. And the Twizy that you can see there, the Twizy is one of those. We started really thinking out of the box. And then the Twizy came out because the whole company believed that the Twizy had a good, I would say, marketing a new niche opportunity. That's the result of thinking out of the box. We knew that it was going to be a fully electric car. We knew that we wanted to have two people, and we made several architectures, okay, which means the way people stay inside according to the mechanics, before thinking of the design, the aesthetics, okay, and the type of leitmotif we wanted to find. And that was the beginning of thinking out of the box for the whole team. I would like to remember you that the team was made by advanced design engineers, advanced marketing people, advanced product planning people, advanced design people like me and François Leboin, Eduardo Langa, with our main boss Patrick Lecharpie, who was in charge of this type of vehicle research at that time for our design department. And we were all working together with this same type of mentality. We're gonna do something that we did not do yet, at least in our car company. And when we do that, when we say think out of the box, it's exactly that type of mental approach that you should take and you should have, that will help you one day or another to make an extra step in your creativity. So when you are in school and you are getting probably the new sponsor project from a car company, I imagine, I also had the sponsor project when I was at the art center many years ago. And the car companies in general, when they go to school to sponsorize a project, I tell you because I also was a sponsor with my company and I was managing a design school project, okay, sponsored project. We are not looking for a restyling of our lineup. We are not looking for a new design that more or less it's a better proposal of the cars we are already making. This is not what we are interested in, because we are already capable to do that. When we go to school to sponsorize a project, we are really looking for the thinking out of the box from the students, because you are students. So you have all the rights to be naive and try to imagine what we consider it's the impossible. Because in all those ideas that you will produce as a class, okay, at the end of the 3 or 4 months of the sponsorized project, the company will find probably one or two of those ideas that could really be taken into consideration, or that could really help us to be more creative. That's why we sponsorize a project. As I said during my live last Friday, and as I repeated now in this short video, trying to explain a little bit more about the subject, the topic, think out of the box, you have to try your best to see things from a different point of view, from a different perspective, okay? When we made the Twizy, our designer today, design director in Stellantis, François Lewan, he was not thinking of a classical car with two people, one next to each other. He came up with an idea that was great, and that was the original idea that we kept on our Twizy. I suggest you to go also make a good research about the past design cars and concept cars. And when I say the past, you should start from the 50s and the 60s, which was an incredible, prolific, creative period at that time. See also what coach builders like Pininfarina, Zagato, and Bertone were doing for European car companies and for American car companies. Check the concept cars that were made and see how creative they were, if you think the cars that were running on the road at that time. So, once again, we have to be always creative. We are paid to be creative. We have to find methodologies that can help us, okay, or tactics that can help us to be more creative. It is normal that after a couple years that you are just sketching in school how to make a good car in perspective, it's very normal that every time you do a new project, you are attached to that methodology, and therefore automatically you are attached to a car looking vehicle. But for some projects or for some specific scenarios to try to imagine the future to come or the future of car design, you have to break that thing and you have really to start all over again. It's like breaking a beautiful game, okay, really breaking it, and then reconstruct it. And when it will be reconstructed, the same game will be completely different. That's something that you have to be able to do it, and you have to train yourself in doing that, okay? So when we say, I want to have a vehicle to go from A to B that has to be extremely functional and can be used for a service, like for example sharing, or like public transportation, but only for one person or two people, you cannot make a small car with small wheels, two people sitting one next to each other, and a little trunk in the back, because that's a car. Maybe in the future we cannot even have that type of footprint on the ground. Therefore, maybe you have to compact it, and if you have to make it really as short as possible, then how are you gonna put the people inside that vehicle? And then you start from that question, answering that question, to realize that in reality you have many other options than just making somebody sitting in front of a steering wheel. Okay? I hope that this was a good one for you to check, all right, as a complement of information about our Think Out of the Box live chat we had on our design talk last Friday. Thank you very much. Have a good weekend and stick to my channel. If it's the first time you are on my channel, please subscribe. Here we sketch cars and we talk about design management, design strategies. Ciao.